Welcome back to the Fourth Empire's channel because it's me, Advait, the True Empire, back with another video. And it's me doing my last video in the True Empire series, and I know I had a very fun time doing it because I only was there to do the weekend analysis. And weekend analysis, doing it was very fun because only 4 matches. It was an easy job given by the Fourth Empire, and unfortunately this is my last episode, and hopefully it's going to be very special, and I know that because I have my gut feeling, because these 4 matches which went on were very interesting and we're closer to the playoffs, guys. And already Mumbai Indians is qualified, and we have 4 teams, and only 3 of these teams will go to the qualification, and only 1 of these teams will be sent home. CSK already called in Kings 11 Punjab and the Rajasthan Royals back with them, and they're all going home. And in these 4 teams, only 3 teams can qualify, which are Sunrisers, KKR, DC and Royal Challengers Bangalore. So let's go to the first match. So the first match on Saturday afternoon was between the Delhi Capitals and the Mumbai Indians. Mumbai were already qualified, and Delhi need that Q next to the name. They need 1 more match to win. So let's see how this match played off. Delhi Capitals were the ones who started off the innings with a bat, and unfortunately they didn't have a wonderful time because none of the batsmen were able to convert and put up at least a good contribution towards the score, because you know Mumbai Indians has a very good chasing lineup, and if you don't put up a high total on the board, you know Mumbai Indians is definitely going to chase it down. And thanks to the quick and one of the greatest bowling attacks of Mumbai Indians, Delhi Capitals were only able to score 110 runs with a loss of 9 wickets in 20 overs. Credits to Jasprit Bumrah and Trent Boult, both having a very good economy, both getting a 3-wicket haul. Jasprit Bumrah conceding only 17 runs, Trent Boult conceding only 21 runs. It was amazing to see both of these players getting a 3-wicket haul. ODI number 1 and ODI number 2 player. Now the Mumbai Indians are in the driver's seat because it's an easy target. 111 runs to win in the 20 overs given. They have lots of time. And you know they have an explosive opener, Quinton de Kock and Ishan Kishan, especially Ishan Kishan. Quinton de Kock might have lost his wicket later on, but Ishan Kishan, the youngster, the pocket-sized dynamite, did it all, scoring 72 runs in 47 balls, hitting 8 fours and 3 sixes, striking out 153. In the end, thanks to Surya Kumar Yadav and Ishan Kishan, Mumbai Indians were able to win this match, and the final score was 111 runs with the loss of only 1 wicket in 14.2 overs. So the man of the match was Ishan Kishan for his brilliant knock, and he's a perfect replacement as an opener for Rohit Sharma. And I told you guys, mark my words, remember in the Mumbai Indians video, this will be his breakthrough season, and it is. Ishan Kishan is doing very well. That's it for this match. So the second match on Saturday evening was between the Royal Challengers Bangalore and the Sunrisers Hyderabad. RCB, also like the Delhi Capitals, need a qualification, that Q next to their name. They need 1 more match to win, and Sunrisers, it's a must-win match for them to at least have hopes in the qualifiers table. So let's see how this match played off. So RCB were the ones who batted first, and the opening partnership did not pull off. And later on, the batsmen like Virat Kohli, ABD, Washington Sundar, Gurpreet Singh, nobody was able to pull off a good total because of the bowling of the Sunrisers Hyderabad. They had Rashid Khan, who was very economical, and T. Natarajan. In his 4 overs he bowled only giving 11 runs. But that's not the person we need to talk about in the bowling attack. Sandeep Sharma taking a 2-wicket haul, getting the early wicket of Devdutt Padikkal and getting the wicket of Virat Kohli. There's a world record, there's a record for that. In the IPL, Sandeep Sharma has taken Virat Kohli's wicket 7 times. Sandeep Sharma got 2 wickets and conceded only 20 runs on the 4 overs he bowled. So the final score of the Royal Challengers Bangalore was 120 runs for the loss of 7 wickets in 20 overs. Now the Sunrisers Hyderabad, they had a very good start in the first over, but later on, Wavy Warner lost his wicket after a 6. There were batsmen like Ridwan Saha, Kane Williamson, Manish Pandey, just trying to chase this easy target. But remember from the last time when they played against Kings 11 Punjab, they were unable to chase that target. But still, towards the end, Jason Holder came in, finished off the match with ease, and he scored 26 runs in 10 balls, hitting 3 sixes and 1 4. Striking at 260, which is massive. Jason Holder, who can offer so much, helped Sunrisers win this match, and their final score was 121 runs for the loss of 5 wickets, and they finished off the match in 14.1 overs. So that's it for this match. The player of the match, the man of the match, was Sandeep Sharma for his brilliant bowling figures of 2 wickets and conceding only 20 runs in the 4 overs he bowled. Credits to him, and that's it for this match. The third match, which is on Sunday afternoon, was between Kings 11 Punjab and CSK. I want to tell you guys one thing. If Kings 11 Punjab won this match, they would directly 100% qualify for the playoffs. If they lost, they'll be sent back home. And let's see how the results went on. So Kings 11 Punjab opening lineup was different because Mayank Agarwal is back and Mandeep Singh is back to his normal batting. And KL Rahul and Mayank Agarwal had an explosive start, but unfortunately they lost wickets later on. And towards the end they lost Chris Gayle, Nicholas Pooran and Mandeep Singh. But this man, Deepak Hooda, who was the only one out of all standing out for the Kings 11 Punjab. He wanted them to qualify, and he played a brilliant knock of 62 runs in only 30 balls, hitting 3 fours and 4 sixes, striking out 206. If it wasn't for him, Kings 11 Punjab wouldn't even have a hope in this match. And one more credit to Lungi Nagiri for his excellent bowling performance. The 4 overs he bowled, he took 3 wickets. Even though he conceded 39 runs, it was still a brilliant bowling figure by Lungi Nagiri. And the final score of the Kings 11 Punjab was 153 runs for the loss of 6 wickets in 20 overs thanks to Deepak Hooda. Now Chennai Super Kings, they just want another win to the name, and they won this match with ease because Ruturaj Gaikwad and Faf du Plessis had a very good opening partnership. Faf missed his half century by 2 runs, but still played a brilliant knock. But the Ruturaj Gaikwad is a youngster we need to talk about. He has a future for CSK in the upcoming seasons, and he scored a brilliant knock of 62 runs in 49 balls, hitting 6 fours and 1 6. He has won the Man of the Match award 3 times consecutively and 3 half centuries in a continuous state. And that's it for this match. CSK won the match by scoring 154 runs for the loss of 1 wicket in 18.5 overs only, and they knocked out the Kings 11 Punjab from the playoffs. Even though CSK were the ones who couldn't qualify, they called Kings 11 Punjab back home with them. And man of the match was Gaikwad, hitting 62 runs in 49 balls, chasing this easy target, making sure that they don't lose wickets. So that's it for this match, and let's go to the last match. Now the fourth matchup on Saturday evening was between KKR and Rajasthan Royals. The winner of this match is not guaranteed to go to the playoffs, but the winner needs a very good net run rate, so at least they have a small chance to go on to the playoffs. So let's see how this matchup went on. KKR were the ones to start off the innings with the bat, and they executed very well because of the slowness of the pitch. Even though their opening partnership, their top order wasn't performing that well. Eoin Morgan, reading from the captain, Kolkata Knight Riders. Make sure that the team put up a good total, and with the help of Andre Russell and Pat Cummins later on. Eoin Morgan's final score was 69 runs in 35 balls, 5 fours and 6 sixes, striking out 194. One fun fact, this is Eoin Morgan's highest score in the IPL so far. I know that's shocking because he's an amazing T20 player. So the Knight Riders' final score was 191 runs for the loss of 7 wickets in 20 overs. Credits to Rahul Tewatia for getting a 3-wicket haul. He's truly an all-rounder because you know how he bats, and with the ball he got 3 wickets and conceded only 25 runs in the 4 overs he bowled. So the KKR had a brilliant innings, and let's see how the Rajasthan Royals paid off. They had a very explosive start in the first over, getting 19 runs and losing 1 wicket. But later on, destruction. They lost 5 wickets within the power play. You would never expect seeing Rahul Tewatia within the power play playing for them because he usually bats towards the end to make sure he finishes off the match. But this time Rajasthan Royals could not pull it off. Only Josh Butler to an extent tried playing for the Rajasthan Royals to make sure at least they qualify, but unfortunately the Rajasthan Royals collapsed and they were only able to score 131 runs for the loss of 9 wickets in the 20 overs given. Credits to Pat Cummins, bowling 4 overs, getting 4 important wickets within the power play. Thanks to him, Kolkata Knight Riders were able to collapse the Rajasthan Royals, and his economy was 8.5, which is very good. So, the man of the match was Pat Cummins, getting a 4-wicket haul in an important match for KKR like this. And he scored 15 runs in 11 balls to make sure they put more runs onto the board, which can cause more pressure for the Rajasthan batsmen. So that's it for the fourth match, and it's a very good match. So that's it. This is the final points table, guys, in this Dream 11 IPL after this last weekend which we have. Mumbai Indians are on top of the table, playing 13 matches, winning 59 matches, losing 4 matches, getting 18 points. Second is RCB, playing 13 matches, winning 7 matches, losing 6 matches, getting 14 points. Third is the Delhi Capitals, playing 13 matches, winning 7 matches, losing 6 matches, getting 14 points. Fourth is the Kolkata Knight Riders, playing 14 matches, winning 7 matches, losing 7 matches, getting 14 points. Fifth is the Sunrisers Hyderabad, playing 13 matches, winning 6 matches, losing 7 matches, getting 12 points. Sixth is the Kings 11 Punjab, playing 14 matches, winning 6 matches, losing 8 matches, getting 12 points. Seventh is CSK, playing 14 matches, winning 6 matches, losing 8 matches, getting 12 points. Eighth is the Rajasthan Royals, playing 14 matches, winning 6 matches, losing 8 matches, also getting 12 points. So that's it for the weekend, the last weekend. This is my last episode, guys. I had lots of fun being on this channel, entertaining you guys, giving you guys great content, flexing my fake Rolex on all you guys. And I know that's my motto since the start. And I had lots of fun doing this. And we're close to the qualifiers. And put in the comment section down below who you think will qualify for the playoffs. So that's it for me and this video. Please hit the subscribe button down below, the red button. Hit the notification bell icon. Like this video, share this video with all your friends. My Instagram link will be in the description down below. And that's it from me, Advait, the True Empire, signing off.